Hello everyone and welcome to my Game Maker Sonic tutorial series. I am very sorry for uploading this so late. I should have done it a long time ago. However, I had some technical difficulties. My computer kinda broke, which was pretty unfortunate. However, I really apologize for this and I hope it's alright with you guys. Anyway, this is the first part, so we are covering the basics. Stuff like moving, jumping, collision, just nothing too fancy, basic stuff like that. But without it, we wouldn't be able to make a proper game, so it's kinda important. So let's just start creating Sprite, Sonic, stand. Here is the standing sprite. As always, the link for the sprites is in the description. Just be sure to give credit to the Ripper, the sprite Ripper, which is Mr. Man. Giving credit shows respect to the owner, so please just do that. And you might also get in trouble with not doing so. So just do so. Anyway. Just center the origin here by clicking this little button. However, we want the Y origin here to be 16 pixels from the ground. So from Sonic's feet here. We do that because it will be easier to place them in the room to code with origins, and just take from me that it will be quite handy. So to do that, we will get the height, which is 39. We do that minus 16, so 39 minus 16 equals 23. Here. Now we will move on to Sprite Sonic Walk. Sprite Sonic Walk, which is this. Same here, 40 minus 16, which equals 24. And here we have Sprite Sonic Run. Yeah, the loop thing, I don't know what to call it, but you get the idea, this thing. And 36 minus 16 equals 20. And last we have Sprite Sonic Jump, which is the spin jump, which you can see here. 31 minus 16 actually equals 15, so yeah, they did it right this time. Let's just place all the sprites in a group called Sonic. Place them there. And now all we need is a mask sprite. Sprite Sonic mask. The mask basically handles collision. More accurate than with all this white space and stuff. We just want this entire box to be checked by collision. So, 255 here. We will color this entire thing black. Just color this entire thing black and you're all set. Here we adjust this a little, left 3, right minus 3, so 25, top about 6. You can just adjust this a little. It's not too specific. You can make top 8 or something. It won't really affect a lot, but I will just use this. And there you go. We now have the Sonic sprites. All we need now is a sprite for the solid. Sprite solid. Solids function as floors, walls and ceilings, which the player can interact with. And we want it to be 16 wide and 16 pixels tall. and just do something like this. Opacity will be about 200. Sure to check replace here and choose some shade of gray here, and yeah, this will be enough. We can make it a little more fancy by size 1 by drawing lines in here. It's not really necessary, but it looks kind of pretty. I just like to do it. The origin is 0 by 0, and just be sure, really be sure this is 16 by 16, because that will be really important later on. Now we will move to the actual stuff. Object solid. All we need to do here is sprite will be sprite solid. Check this solid here and we are done. Now here things become a little more tricky. Object Sonic, which is obviously Sonic here. The sprite is sprite Sonic stand. Don't check solid, just leave it like that. Depth is -1 and the mask sprite Sonic mask. So now we have that. Let's just create a room called room test. Here snap X 16, snap Y 16, speed is 60, so that's the FPS, and just place Sonic somewhere in the room. So in the creative event we want to initialize some variables like acceleration, which will equal 0.1. If you don't have physics, well, acceleration basically means we have the speed we move on, but speed will be increased by the acceleration, which is 0.1 every frame. And here's our speed, global.vel equals 0. It stands for global.velocity. You can also call it global.speed or anything like that. Our maximum speed will be 10. 10 is pretty damn fast, but it's Sonic, so it should be. And lastly, we I forgot. Silly me. Let's just. Oh no, I remember. Ground equals true. Ground will basically check if we are standing on the ground or if we are in the air. So now onto the draw event. Here we will use draw self, and it's a script we will now create ourselves. Just create a script here, call it draw self, which with a capital here, no underscore, just a capital, and there we will have sprite. Draw sprite text, sprite index, image index, round x, round y, image x scale, image y scale, image angle, image blend, which is the color, and image alpha, which is the transparency. Now onto the step event. First of all, we will do movement. So if keyboard check PK left, so if we are holding left and there is no solid on the left of us, which we can check by x plus global.vel. Let's see, plus abs global.vel, which gives us the positive value, so the absolute value. Let's say global.vel equals -2. This will return 2, and we want it to be negative, so we do it times -1. -1. Yeah, 2 times -1. Just take that for me. And here y object solid. Here global.vel, so our speed minus equals will be decreased by the acceleration times 2. Why times 2, you may ask? Well, we will also code deceleration. That basically means that every step your speed will be decreased by the acceleration. So if we just put acceleration here, you will move forward by the value of acceleration, but you will also move backwards by the acceleration. So you won't move at all, which is pretty stupid. So just times 2 here, and here the keyboard check vk right, and not place meeting x plus abs global.vel. So again the positive value plus 1 y object solid. Here global.vel plus equals acceleration times 2. Also image x scale equals 1 here, so we are facing right, and here image x scale equals minus 1, so we are equals, so we are facing left. And here we will code a little bit, which basically does when you collide with a wall. So if you collide with a solid from the left or right, we want the speed to be 0. And we can code it like this: if global.vel is greater than 0, so if you are moving right and there is a solid on the right of us, we can use this one again, just x plus abs global.vel plus 1 y object solid. Or we are moving left and there's solid on the left of us, which we can also get from here. So place meaning x plus abs global.vel. I forgot something here. Times minus 1 y object solid. Here we will have global.vel equals 0, so our speed will be set to 0. And here we will have the speed limit. So if our speed is greater than our maximum speed, just make our speed the maximum speed. And else if our speed is smaller than minus maximum speed, so the negative version, global.vel equals minus maximum speed. And here we will just basically say if our speed is very small, just make it 0, so we won't on accident move really slowly without the game noticing. So if global.vel, just believe me, this fixes a quite annoying bug. So if global.vel is greater than minus acceleration and global.vel smaller than acceleration, global.vel equals 0. And here, well, just x plus is global.vel. This makes us actually move. Now for this, we will handle sprites. So if we are on the ground, things will get a little tougher. It's like, first of all, if our speed is 0, so if you're standing still, sprite index equals a sprite sonic stamp. Self-explanatory, right? But our maximum speed is 10. And let's say we will get to the running or sprinting animation, so the loop thing, when our speed reaches 8. Before that we will use the walking animation or the standing animation, depending on if we are actually moving. So now we should code the standing animation, I mean the walking animation. So if global.val is greater than -8, -8, and global.val is smaller than 8, sprite index equals sprite sonic walk. But here we need an else, and else we are having the sprite of sprite sonic run. Yeah, and our image speed is global.val, well, apps global.val divided by 20. So if we are moving slowly, we will animate slowly, and if we are moving fast, we will animate fast, which makes it feel realistic. And anyway, else, so if we are not on the ground, we want to be sprite sonic jump. So if we are not on the ground, we are jumping, and here we can just copy that. However, we want to do this 0.2 plus this thing, because it would feel pretty stupid to be a spin jumping, but you would actually be static, so you wouldn't be spinning, you would just stay there. Believe me, it feels stupid. Anyway, we will handle the sprites here. Before that, we should actually handle gravity. So if place meeting x, y plus vertical speed plus 1 up to solid, so if there's a solid on the bottom of us, so if we are standing on a solid, also known as a floor, we are on the ground, and our gravity equals 0. Else, so if you're not climbing with a solid on the bottom of us, ground is false, so we are in the air. Gravity equals 0.25, and vertical speed is greater than 8. Vertical speed is 8. This just prevents us from falling too fast, which you don't really want. Anyway, so gravity, handle sprites, yeah. I think all that's left is jumping. Yeah, jumping. But if we are on the ground and keyboard check pressed, well, I will just go with the Z key. You can also change this to the spacebar. Basically, this is the jump button. I prefer Z. You can also change it to X or the spacebar or something. By the way, letter keys always use ORT and then the letter. But for example, the spacebar, you can have VK space. So every letter uses ORT and all the others use VK. Okay, now you know that. And here just vertical speed equals -7. You can adjust this if you want him to jump higher or lower. I think this is really all we want. Let's just test it with a few solids. Oh. And let's see if everything works fine. I forgot about the deceleration here. Deceleration, which I explained here with the ×2, but I actually forgot the code. That's silly of me. If we are moving right, global.val minus is acceleration. Else if we are moving left, global.val plus equals acceleration. Now this seems to work. Yeah, seems to work. Oh wait, I forgot. Here, collision with object solid. We still need to code this. Sorry. Here with move contact solid, direction 12 and vertical speed is 0. Just take for me that this is the code you will need. It will take way too long to explain this in detail, and I think you wouldn't bother anyway. Just take it from me, this is the code you want, and that's it. Yeah, that's better. Look at this, we just have made a Sonic game. Just the basics at least. Well, I find this pretty beautiful. I mean, it's a lot more solid than the previous tutorial. You know, where the people complained about the color scheme not being readable, but this one actually feels a lot smoother and a lot more flexible, so I'm pretty happy that I've redone it anyway. And also because I'm using my voice now, which I can now explain code and stuff, so that's also a thing. But I think I'm gonna end it here. Thanks for watching everyone, and see you next time.